Guys, recording is in progress. I want everyone to know right now. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Matt. This is John, and we are discussing NFL Week 9 here today. Thursday,
Already.
yeah, Thursday night football. A couple days ago here, I was on the Texans, and John, the Guru, of course, was on the Jets. I was Joe Better, and John knew it was coming. Somehow the Jets survived despite some serious issues all across the field. Just Rodgers not on the same page with Adams yet, or any of this offense was sluggish again, and they ran into the kicker for the Texans on a 4th and 15 to give the Texans a first down. Curly, the rookie receiver, drops the ball before crossing the goal line. I mean, I don't know how the heck they won, but they did.
Oh no, I don't know. Houston didn't really seem to show up that much, but
Yeah,
I thought the Jets did really well. I think it. I would hate to say according to script, but I disagree on the Adams thing. I think the most important thing about Adams being there is the fact that it's taken away the double coverage um, on Garrett
yeah.
Wilson, right?
Hmm.
So that guy had two scores, and he had like a ton of what fantasy points, if you want to call it that. Yeah, he had a ton of fantasy points, but he was a real good player to have. Two scores, and then so Aaron Rodgers had three touchdowns. You
Yeah,
know, and of course, yeah, they had that one called back, so they did a whole lot better. If they just eliminate the bonehead plays, then it's a blowout.
agreed. Well,
But that was a 2-6 versus a 6-2. I always like those kind of matchups.
yeah, absolutely. You said it. Hey, look at this. Look at their records. Look who's due. And the Jets were
Yeah.
absolutely due. More importantly, Diggs out for the year now. Nico still called.
Ooh, I didn't know that.
I think he is done for the season, right? I think if it was an ACL or MCL. Oh, my dog is jumping all over the place.
PCLs, you know what? Those can be 4-week deals too. So have you heard officially he's out for the year?
Somebody texted me that and told me that, but I didn't look officially, honestly.
Okay, they're
But
not important
hey,
though.
who knows? Either way,
Anyway, they're
let's
not
get
even
into
playing
Sunday
Sunday.
slate. Yeah. Thursday, we talked about, listen, the Pats. The Pats are plus 3.5 in Tennessee this week. Mayor Brissett, I don't think we know yet who's going to play. I think
I don't
Mason.
think we care either, do we?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I'm on the Pats on the road plus the 3.5 though. So, what do you think?
Yeah, no. Tennessee will cover at home.
You think so? All
Yeah.
right. Well, they're certainly due. But they've had
Well,
their issues. But
yeah, but an object in motion tends to stay in motion. Never try to pick that when they're going to win. When they're going to win, it doesn't work out well.
yeah, well, the Pats did beat the Jets a week ago, and Tennessee is coming off a blowout defeat to the Lions. That being said, the Chargers and the Browns. Let's talk about your team, the LA Chargers at Cleveland. Cleveland plus 1.5 at home. I'm on the Browns. I think with Winston, they finally might have.
Really, one game and you're all in on Winston?
Yeah, I mean, I think Winston's the guy. I mean, they do lose Amari Cooper obviously to the trade to the Bills, and Judy isn't that special. But I mean, Njoku's look good, and now they got Chubb back that can run the ball, even though he didn't do much against the Ravens. Um,
Which means he won't do much against the Chargers.
Probably not, but I'm okay with that because I'm more
Hmm.
interested in staying the Cleveland Browns, offense staying off the or staying on the field more, I should say, so that the defense isn't as stressed. Um,
So now the Chargers are minus 1.5, right?
Correct.
Okay, yeah. No, I mean, I'll take them. I'll take them to win. Sure. Last week, I really liked the way Jameis Winston came out before the game. He was on fire and he claimed it, for the Lord. And he went out and they won. And I don't know if anything is going to happen pregame, but when, at the big moment when it was time to break through in a big upset, he did it. But not this week. No, the fact that the Chargers are minus 1.5. If the money moves, it's probably going to go more towards the Chargers needing to win by a field goal or more to cover, which it kind of already is.
Yeah.
So being on the road after knocking off Baltimore, I mean, no, I like the Chargers.
Yeah. I think this week is the big week of underdogs that cover. I do. We talked about it last week, and it wasn't fully there, but this is the week that I really like that to happen. The Saints in Carolina, Saints at Lina, +7 for Carolina. I like Carolina somehow to cover that. The Saints haven't really done anything since those first 2 weeks. They haven't been able to score points. It is what it is, and I don't know if they get Carr back or not yet. I don't think they do, but either way, I really don't care. I think he is going to be back, but I don't know. Have you heard anything about Derek Carr?
No, but I think the bigger story in this matchup is Jonathan Brooks, who logged 3 full practices this week. He's probably not going to go. He's probably going to be a healthy scratch on Sunday. But I don't think they're going to have a timeshare too long. I mean, even if they're not doing anything this year. I mean, if he's going to play, he's an injury risk or a re-injury risk coming back from the ACL thing. So I think he's going to have to be the guy. I mean, could you imagine being better than someone, say like Chuba, and Chuba's had a great year behind him? No, he hasn't. They're terrible. They're like almost in last place. So, the way they keep trying to prop up Chuba Hubbard is some great thing. It's not a deal. But I not this week. I for that reason I see them getting blown out. I think there needs to be more of a cry. Give another full week of full practices to Jonathan Brooks, and then you're going to see the Bryce Young Brooks. You're going to see a different team in Carolina, but not this week, not yet.
Well, I do think it's going to be a low-scoring game, it's hard to blow out a team twice. It's hard to beat a team twice. Hard to blow out a team even harder twice. So we'll see what happens. But I'm on Lina. Dolphins at the Bills. Bills at home -6. I like the Bills to cover somehow. I mean, every time I pick Miami, they don't do it. They can't get it done. So, I mean, Tua didn't look too bad last week, but I don't know. I don't think this is the week that they start getting it together.
What's the line? I'm sorry.
6. So
At
Miami
Buffalo.
+6. Yeah, Buffalo -6 at home.
And their records?
I think
5-3, like 2 and something, right?
the Bills are 6-2, I believe.
Yeah.
And Miami might be 3 and something. Let's look it up.
Maybe 2 and something. No. Anyway, I like Miami.
Yeah, Miami's 2-5. The Bills are 6-2. You like Miami with the points, or how do you like it?
Well, any way you want to cut it. I like Miami, but if I like them on the points, that means I think they got a good shot to win outright. And if that's the case, then I'm getting them at good odds. So yeah, maybe for every 2 widgets on the points, 1 on the money line. Why not?
No way. I think the Bills blow them out by 10.
All right.
Yeah. So
you give me 10.5 and I'll take Buffalo at home.
yeah, right.
-10.5, I would take Buffalo. There.
9.5, not interested.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm even more interested in the upset at that point.
Right. Yeah. Plus you get the good odds. Cowboys +3.
That's why it's 6.5, because they don't want to give too much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, actually, I think right now, but yeah, they don't even give you a hook. They're just giving you 6.
Well, there is a hooker later on in the spread or in the slate.
Okay. Right now, Cowboys +3 at Atlanta. I can't believe I'm going to take the Cowboys in this game, but they've been in every game, and even though people aren't high on them, they're not that bad, right? I mean, just because Detroit killed them, I don't know, but Atlanta's.
Yeah, I'm just going to take this game over.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I think it's 52 or 51. It's a lot. It's a lot of points. So you're going to just see a bunch of
30
divas running up, receiving scores, looking cool, but in reality, neither team's going much anywhere.
Yeah.
I like Atlanta, but I don't like their scheme. I think they got a lot of good players, but I don't think they take good advantage of it.
It really
especially Robinson at running back.
It really hasn't come together. Like they haven't really been able to run the ball effectively with him, and I mean they have Drake London, they got the Kirk Cousins, they got Kyle Pitts, but they haven't really. I mean they
certainly don't block in front of him. I mean it seems like whenever he catches like a dump off pass or whatever, there's 3 guys coming right at him. And how about a screen?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, next game is the Broncos at the Ravens. Denver. Oh, on the road against the Baltimore Ravens. Ravens minus 9.5. I'm on the Broncos to cover. I'm on the
Uh,
Broncos to potentially
all
upset.
right. Well, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Baltimore needs to step back in as the potential buy team. So yeah, they'll cover.
Who, Baltimore
I'm,
or
I'm opposite of you on most
I
everything today.
yeah, that's good though. We can't agree on everything. There was one we agreed on literally almost every single thing, and that is what it is. But the Denver's defense is good, and the Ravens' defense is not.
Yeah, but I could make the same argument about the offenses.
Exactly. That's funny. So true. Let's see. Next game is the Vegas Raiders and Cincinnati. In Cincinnati, Cincinnati -7. I think I'm going Raiders. I hate the Raiders. I think that the Bengals could blow them out, but I think we're most likely to get a closer game. I think seven's too much. I think we're looking at more of like a 4-point win for the Bengals, so that's why I'm on Vegas this week.
I think I actually like the Bengals in a high scoring game. Like maybe he gets his 4 touchdowns, and I don't see the Raiders getting 3 touchdowns.
Right.
Or maybe I do, but not more than 3, and that would represent the spread. So yeah, I'll take the Bengals laying the points. That
Yeah.
that doesn't scare me.
Interesting. Yeah, that's interesting because one of my fantasy teams I have Lamar Jackson and I have Joe Burrow, and I really want to start Joe Burrow this week. Because I feel like it could be one of those 4 or 5 touchdown games for him.
Well, why wouldn't you? The other's going against a good defense.
I know, but Lamar gets those rush yards. I feel like most likely Joe Burrow's going to be.
Dude, we're becoming nerds. What's the
I
next game?
know. I heard. All right, Washington and the Giants. Washington -4 on the road. Commanders. Let's go. Next game. I'm just kidding. You like the Giants? What do you like?
Well, I'll take the points in that. That stud rookie went out with a concussion on Monday night. He's already cleared the whole concussion protocol.
Who, Neighbors?
Huh?
Who for Neighbors? For the
No,
Giants?
he's a receiver. No, I'm talking about Terrence Taylor. I think his name. Terrence. He's running back now for the Giants, and so
Yeah,
he's kind of usurped the authority of Singletary. So even though Singletary is healthy, he doesn't even get a true half share. And so yeah, no, a lot of people don't even know who the kid is, but I mean he had 100 and something yards a score and all that before he went down early with a concussion. I mean, you look at his numbers the last month, he's like probably top 5.
Yeah, well, I still don't like Daniel Jones, and I do like the Commanders' defense. I think
I
they're
still don't like either of these two teams. So I'm
You don't like
I
Jaden
like the
Daniels?
points. Mm.
Not interested.
As a person, I'm sure he's fine. Yeah.
All right. Well, Chicago's at Arizona. I'm on Chicago on the road. Give me some Caleb Williams with some weapons. DeAndre Swift. I think the Bears defense is good. I know you're probably feeling the Cardinals. Kyler Murray running around. But I feel like if the Bears could contain Jaden Daniels a week ago, they should be able to contain Kyler Murray this week.
Okay, works for me. I'll take them too.
Okay, cool. Jacksonville at Philadelphia. Philadelphia -7.5. City of brotherly love. You know how I feel about Jacksonville. I do think this is a lot of points, but I'm on the Eagles. I think the Eagles can cover that.
Yeah, I agree. In fact, I think Jacksonville's like the 31st worst, either passing or rushing defense. So yeah, they'll be fine.
All right. LA Rams, your neck of the woods, -1 at Seattle. We're going to agree on this one, John. LA Rams all the way, all day.
Yeah.
-1. Yes.
Yeah.
Cooper Kupp, Puka Nacua, Matt Stafford, Kyron Williams. Offense is going to be humming. They should easily be able to put up points on Seattle's D, which is more than porous. And Seattle, they're in a downward spiral right now. So we'll see if they can score points or not, but I don't think they will be able to.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I'm loving the Rams with those 2 receivers.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Nacua is so big and fast and strong. He just drags guys. And so with Williams, they can keep the defense honest, which means
Yeah.
one of those two receivers is gonna have single coverage pretty much all the time, and they both get separation. So shit.
It's
Excuse me.
dangerous, especially with that veteran Matt Stafford. Not to nerd out on you with fantasy, but I picked up Stafford in a league where I had Goff and Stroud, right? So, and then what I did is I proposed a trade for Cooper Cup, and then what I did was I proposed a trade for Puka Nakua. Needless to
You
say, I
said
just have
proposed.
that.
So did you close on either of those two?
Yeah, no, no one's interested. So they're two good
Yeah, well,
players.
you got to give to get.
Yeah, gotta give it a shot. Detroit on the road, Green Bay. Detroit is a 2.5 point favorite on the road. I like Detroit. I like Detroit on the road. I think they're the better team. I do think Green Bay's good. I think this division's really
Well, only because of the line do I like them.
yeah. What was it, 3 and a hook? Then you wouldn't like it, maybe?
No. I would like it more than
Oh, okay.
for Detroit, but I mean, the Green Bay is not the type of team where the Lions can go in there and automatically be a field goal favorite.
Yeah.
So that makes it a betting line for me for Detroit. So I would take them, even though I'm wondering at what point we're gonna miss Hutchinson on that team. I mean, they keep playing all world, but they can't. I mean, the way that bruising style, it'll catch up to one of those backs, and I think it'll probably be Gibbs that gets most of the stuff later. But you're gonna watch the other guy just take too many shots, and they're gonna show a weakness at some point. I just don't think it's this week.
Yeah. It will be a place to do it, Lambeau Field. I don't know who they play next week, but we'll keep an eye on it. Indianapolis at Minnesota. Indy plus 5.5 at Minnesota. Sunday Night Football. I'm on Indy to cover those points because Joe Flacco's playing. I've been ripping on Anthony Richardson I don't even care when I was picking the Colts. I'm like, Richardson can throw the ball.
The difference in that team is that the offense is balanced with a true quarterback and a true running back.
Mm-hmm.
And so it just opens up the receivers, and all of a sudden the receivers on the Colts have value.
Right.
Because Flacco right now is more Aaron Rodgers than Aaron Rodgers.
Right.
So look for him to flick some 50-yard things down, downfield. They'll get caught, and there you go. And then he'll just take the short stuff. He'll take whatever you give him.
Right.
And it seems like they're protecting him well. They've always had good teams in the trenches, or at least good enough.
Yeah.
So if they can protect him, they got a real good chance to win.
So that could be a game to throw a little money line bet on the Colts even then, huh?
Sure. Oh, yeah. You crazy? Of course.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's over, you said 5.5. If it's over plus 180, then I wouldn't.
Yeah. Right. All right.
Yeah.
That brings us to Monday Night Football. Tampa Bay plus 9.5 at Kansas City.
Yeah, I'd like to see a KC track meet, 42-7 type thing.
Yeah, that'd be cute. I like Tampa Bay to cover those points.
All right, well then there you go.
I don't know.
We disagreed on like 10 games.
Yeah, that's crazy. Well, somebody's gonna have a day.
Yeah, well, whether it's a good day or a bad day, we're both gonna have a day.
The day will go on no matter what. But
anyway, no, that's all I got for you. So
is there any game that you're or a couple games that you're bullish on? I know you kind of seemed in on the Detroit game, maybe. Was there a couple games?
No, because I don't like that game that much.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes when you just don't like the teams, you don't like the game. And right now that division, every team's so good that I just kind of want to watch some more football happen before I look too much into the lines. But I mean, looking at that
part of the year,
Green Bay at home getting points is that says something.
Right. Yeah, I think there's honestly, I'm not gonna bet. If I was gonna bet on a game, I'd probably bet Washington.
That's a real boring game to me too.
Yeah, it is boring. I think LA Rams, I would bet that.
Yeah, I agree.
Indy maybe plus those points with Flacco.
Indy, yes.
Other than that, I would want to stay away from the majority of these. Denver, I think that's a good. They have a good chance to cover. I mean, it's 9.5, but there's a reason it's 9.5, right? So, like you said, that offense is not very good, but maybe if the defense can keep them in it, we'll see. Plus, if Denver scores first, now all of a sudden, the Ravens, you're down 16. You know what I'm saying in that game? So, I don't know. But yeah, I'm not. This is a weird week. It's almost the midpoint of the year here.
It
And
is. Yeah.
yeah, we are. Yeah, it is the midpoint. So, we'll see what happens turning the corner here for these teams moving forward. But yeah,
Tell you what, besides that, if and even the Chargers game, I don't even really like because I just think that with the change that's gone on in Cleveland, that there's a lot of kind of unsettled business with how they're going to look and kind of the relationship between the book and the lines. I kind of want to get some more raw data, but last week I bet them on the money line, the Browns, and that was on a pregame hunch. And so I didn't really have much going into it. They won that, but it doesn't mean that it's sustainable. But then again, it might be. We still have Chubb, who hasn't really shown much or done much, but he could do anything. We don't know what's right around the corner. It's still very young. Winston, he's always thrown seemingly as many interceptions as touchdowns. So he might have that Yang game this week. He was really good. I think he had 3 touchdowns and no picks. So that might reverse itself this week against a disciplined secondary. So
true.
We'll see.
Yeah. Well, you tend to have.
But I like the big favorites, like the KCs and the Baltimores. I like them to. Both of those teams need a proper track meet.
Yeah, we could definitely see that. I don't think we've really seen that from either of them this year. A big blowout type win. So it could be the week to do it. It could not be. We'll see. But either way, I wanted to compliment you on your instincts, John, as far as when you take a team, you tend to get on a team for like 2 or 3 weeks. That's more of an underdog type, and then all of a sudden they'll hit, and then you're off them. Because that, hey, that hit, I knew it was going to hit, but now I'm done.
Yeah, exactly. In and out.
Yeah.
Oh, and speaking of, since we're done.
Nice.
Yeah. So
yep. So John's LA Dodgers, the Yankees,
cool.
my Yankees. So yeah. Well, not much.
All right.
Quick. All right, man. Well, thanks for your time. I appreciate it. And if you're watching the video, please like and subscribe so we can grow this channel and shit. And don't forget to check out Corporate Claw NFL. Post all my picks on there. So if you like my picks on here, they're pretty much the same picks over on there. So
pretty much.
Well, enjoy the games. We'll text throughout tomorrow, right?
Sounds good. Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Cool, man.
Enjoy. Bye, everyone.
Bye.